other people can get the recording later. Yeah, so go ahead, Larry.
Now, I just wanted to ask you, as you've seen what I've put together, just a small message which I've sent out as suggested. Now, do you think once a week I could put what the company's produced me a nice advert? Do you think I should post an advert which I've got, which is quite nice, and it describes all about it, and it's very colourful, and it's got all my details? Do you think I should post that once every so often?
To be honest, adverts don't tend to work on LinkedIn.
Really?
No, because people feel that you're selling to them and they don't want to be sold to.
So all those people with loads of adverts you see every day are just wasting their time, are they?
Absolutely. Most of them are absolutely wasting their time.
Really?
They get very little traction.
And their money come to that, Alan. They're paying for it, some of them.
A lot of them are paying for it as well. Yeah. I have never bought anything from a sponsored ad on LinkedIn. I don't know of anybody. I can't think of anybody that I know that has. Yeah, so people don't like being pitched at. So what you have to do LinkedIn is all about building relationships,
right,
and sharing content that is, as I said in the session around content. If you listen back to the video and the recordings of the Q&A call, it's about sharing stuff that is either useful or interesting or both, and relevant to your target market.
But going on that then, Alan, if I can slightly deviate, and I understand everything you said, and with products and services, but with us, as you know what we do, I'm not really thinking of selling anything here. I'm thinking of awareness and getting a message out to help businesses at no cost, no money involved. It doesn't cost them a bean.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking of letting them know, because someone say, oh, I didn't realize that you could get this benefit from this scheme. I don't know whether that would change things at all.
It does in a sense, but it doesn't in terms of getting their attention in the first instance. Yeah.
Right.
Because if you start with something that feels like it's going to be a sales pitch, you put people off before they get to understand that it's not a sales pitch.
I got you.
Yeah. So what you have to start with is something that gets their attention. So for you, the opening line, I mean, I saw what you put out, and it was a really short message.
Yes.
And that doesn't really do what you need it to do. You and I probably need to have a bit more of a detailed one-to-one where I can talk through some ideas about what you could do. So you need to see if you can get some funds to pay for that. But what you really need is something with a hook to get people's attention. So don't let your innovation go to waste. Get the government to pay you for it. And then explain how that works in the body of the text.
What you call a lost leader.
Yeah. And I'm, I've joked about you in a Father Christmas outfit. That would be you could create a great post around you in a Father Christmas outfit, and it can be Christmas every day.
Keith's done it. Keith sort of did it, didn't you, Keith?
I did one of my mock-ups and sent it through to Larry, just in case he decided he wanted to use it. I mean, it was jokey, and it was just suggesting what might be done with it, because I couldn't grab a good picture of him off his LinkedIn profile, because his profile photo is it's very dark, not that wonderful. So
yeah, it's very dark.
I actually took a screen grab of the video to get his face, but and it was along the lines of what you said, and I did it for a laugh, really. But essentially,
it did make me laugh, Keith.
Yeah, and I think that's the point, really. It's the attention grabbingness of it. That is the important thing.
You could sort of quote the Roy Wood song from Wizard. I wish it could be Christmas every day.
Yeah.
And then you can say, but yes, it can, if you've done some R&D.
Yeah, I am the R&D wizard, you could say.
Yeah. There's all sorts of plays there you could do that will make it a bit of fun, grab people's attention, and then they'll read the message and think, he's not joking, and I can get it for free, and they'll do all the work. Bloody hell. I need to have a chat with Larry. But it's about grabbing people's attention. Yeah. I was talking to a prospective client this week, and I looked at their stuff, and it's all very corporate. I said, you're not grabbing people's attention. Your existing corporate clients might know it's from you and therefore might open it and read it. But if you're trying to grab the attention of potential new clients, you've got to do something a bit more to hook them and spark a bit of interest. You've got to show a bit of life, a bit of personality to get their attention, so that you can then explain the message and tell people how you can help them.
Right.
And that's why I think we could do an awful lot, Larry, with your firm, RDS. We could get lots more traction for you with the right content.
All right. Well, thank you for that, Alan. Yeah. Okay. That's brilliant. And we'll see. I sent out. I think it was 14.
Right.
And I've had 2 replies.
Oh, good. Both negative.
Yeah.
That's not so good.
Yeah. I don't know why. They just thanks anyway, but no, thank you.
That's fair. Yeah. In business, you always have to kiss a lot of frogs.
Absolutely. Yeah. You win some, you lose.
The key is not to be invested in the outcome. The key is to be invested in being who you are. You know that you can help people. And if the people you've messaged so far don't want to be helped or don't think they can be helped, that's their problem, not yours. You know that you don't need to actually, your salary is not dependent upon it. So you just move on to the next one and see you can find somebody you can help.
Yeah, you win some, you lose some, exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Have you seen what Keith's done?
Yes. Yeah.
It actually says Secret Santa at the top, and it says "Could Christmas happen every day?" and it's got a picture of Larry with his logo and the Santa hat on. And
very, very clever, that Keith. Yeah. Oh, brilliant.
Well, I mean, that sort of grabs the attention, but it's then actually constructing the right words behind it, and then the messaging after that. And identifying the right leads, and that's all the sorts of things that I talk about in my new online program, which is slightly delayed. It'll be ready by the end of the month now instead of the beginning of the month. And that's so everybody will be offered that at some stage over the next few weeks as I put that together.
Don't let my wife see that, Keith. I'll get a divorce.
Always happy to help out, Larry.
You are. You're a gentleman and a scholar.
I'm not sure if anyone else is actually going to join us today this afternoon.
Because it's the last bit, isn't it?
The last bit.
You know why? Because they haven't done their homework. That's
they haven't done their homework. Yeah. So I'm not sure if anyone's going to join.
Their own loss, isn't it? If they didn't get on with it, they could have benefited.
Yeah, I've had a few people. Poor Travel Tony. He's unwell. He's been struck down with COVID, and he's not very well with it at all. And a few people have messaged me to say, and even spoken to me directly to say, sorry, I haven't been able to take part of things going the way. But they've got all the actions, they've got all the steps to follow, so they can follow them later. And
this is an ongoing thing, isn't it, Alan? This should be something that they do regularly.
They should do this on a regular basis. Yeah.
And talking about regular, I was in another meeting this morning, which is what they call a collaborative group, all ex-corporate businessmen. And they're not in the normal networking as we all know it. It's, they're forming a group that's offering all the services to other people, like a strategy group. And they were talking about LinkedIn. Right. And somebody said something, Alan, I wasn't sure if this was sort of, but when you do posting, the 1 line or 2 liners is not enough. you've got to do a lot more than that.
Yeah, you have to make your posts.
Are you posting it, you know, every day or every other day? You know, that's...
No, I post 2 or 3 times a week.
Right.
It's better to post something of value or of interest that's relevant to your market 2 or 3 times a week than try and post something every day and run out of ideas and end up posting fairly trite and rubbishy stuff.
Or repeating it.
Yeah. So it's the important thing is reasonable frequency and consistently frequent. It's the consistency that's absolutely key. If you don't keep showing up, it's a bit like networking, Larry, as you will well know. If you only turn up to a networking group once every 2 or 3 months, nobody in the group is going to actually really trust you and refer you.
They'll forget about you as well, won't they?
Yeah. Well, your audience on LinkedIn is very much like that. If you don't show up on a regular basis, then they're not going to recommend you or what have you. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I started my newsletter. I put the newsletter out there, so I'm forced to send out a newsletter every 2 weeks, and it's already started to build the following. The last time I looked, it was at 495 subscribers, and it's only been going for 4 weeks. 3 editions over 4 weeks. So it's I'm very pleased at how many subscribers I've got already. But it's about being there. It's about being consistent and getting people to actually look forward to your messages coming out.
Right. Another question then, Alan. When you put a post on, it goes to a tab which says send to, and then it gives you various groups, if you like. There's like your own connections, all the connections. Do you send it to all of your connections?
I send it to anyone. So all my posts go to anyone.
It's everyone and everyone. Yeah.
Everyone and anyone, because I want everyone to see the value in my posting.
Right. So it's not an individual one where there's a group like network. I'm in a group called Network Inspired.
Right. And you can always post to them separately or in addition. But your main post, I would be posting to your widest network, which is all of your connections plus the public.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That way you'll get the most traction, and people in your group are deemed to be first-tier connections to you anyway. So if you've engaged with any of them, they will start to see that post anyway because you're a deemed first-tier connection, being in a group.
Right.
You could always go for sharing, Larry, because that way you would only need to write 3 to 5 lines and then share somebody else's valuable content, but not on the same day that you do your own post.
Right.
So on days when you're not posting anything and you feel that you haven't posted anything all week and you haven't got time to write an article or even a long post, if you can find something useful and relevant to the people you are wanting to follow you and post that with your own insightful comment to show you understand and adding value to it, it's a sort of lazy option, but it does actually keep you on the platform during that week so that people will see that you're still there. But it's not an ideal solution because you still need to be doing your own valuable content anyway.
But it keeps you in the frame, sort of thing.
Yeah, it can do.
If you're going to do that, and I know there is a share option. Whenever you see somebody else's content, you have the option of sharing it. That's all well and good, but LinkedIn doesn't send shares to many people. It doesn't push that out to anything like as many people as your own posts.
You post, yeah.
So if you were going to write 4 or 5 lines about that post, and when you click share, well, instead of doing that, copy the link to that post.
Right.
Write 4 or 5 lines about the post and then say, here's the link to @John Smith's post, and then you've tagged John Smith and you've put the link to his post in there so people can still see his post, but you're putting it out as a native post of yours. That will get more reach than sharing an article or sharing a post.
Going on that then, Alec, if I see a post that comes from our headquarters, right, from the team, They do their own. They do their own little thing, posting, and I see, oh, that's quite good, and it goes and it suddenly lands on LinkedIn. Can I take that and then send it to my lot by sharing it?
Right. What I would do, as I said, I wouldn't share it. I would copy the link to that post.
Okay, got you.
And then write a little post of your own talking about that.
On top of that.
And then putting the link in there and putting in, say, the company page reference.
Okay. So you do it.
Do they post it out as RDS, or do they post it out under somebody from RDS's own profile?
No, it's from the group. It's like RDS, but you know, and as I see it, and I'm thinking, oh, that's quite good, but it's the group, and it's got their name, address, and everything. I like to send my own out as well. You see. Yeah.
Let me see if I can find it and show you what I do. So let's go on to LinkedIn here. Hopefully. Right. Let's go home. Actually, no, let's go to your, if I go to your profile, it will give me. Hey, what's the matter with me? Right, there you are. There somewhere. No, you weren't hiding really. Is that all down? Right, so view full profile. Yeah, so let's go to RDS. Come on.
Will that bring the company ones up?
Right, so this brings up the company page, right? Okay, so if you get an if they posted something.
Yeah.
Right, so let's see what they're saying here. R&D tax exemption is a reliable source for many businesses. Blah, blah. So if you wanted to share that and tell people about it,
yeah,
come up with your own few sentences about what they're saying in there. So put your own spin on it, and then what you do is you click on those three dots.
Yeah.
Copy link to post.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you go back to your own profile. So I'll do it from mine because I can't do it from yours. But then I'd start a post and I put
my message basically.
An additional source of working capital could be
of benefit. Yeah.
R&D tax credits if you have any innovative projects. Read more here. I mean, this is a bit.
Don't worry about the spelling.
A bit gimcracky.
How did you get the link up then?
When I was on the original post,
you know, how do you get it up on here? How do you get it up in after you put your words in?
Right, so I copied it from when I was on the RDS site.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then all I did is paste it. So
you right click. You right
click and paste. Yeah.
Okay, got you. Right. Got you. Yeah. So that's how it's come up underneath there.
And that's how it's come up underneath. And actually, when you do that, it will actually bring up the image from the original post as well. And if I posted that, that would go out to my followers.
Got you. That's brilliant. Yeah.
So that's how you would do it.
Lovely.
Okay, so keep this recording and it will show you how to do it.
So I can go back on it and look at it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can go back and listen to the recording and that'll remind you how to do it each time. Okay.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. So this is the sort of thing that we do every week in our mastermind group, Larry.
All right, Kevin's arrived. Hello, Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin's arrived. So
Kevin, I think I must have got the wrong, clicked on the wrong link, Alan.
Well, we're just wrapping up, Kevin, so see you later.
Yeah, bye, Kevin.
Right, I've got the recording, don't worry. Or I will have when it gets posted out.
I was just showing Larry how to take some content from our RDS's company page, get a link to the post, and then write your own content and write your own synopsis of that post and paste the link in there. And that's better and will get more reach than if you tried to share directly from the company page, because shares don't get a great deal of traction on LinkedIn at the moment.
Right. Brilliant.
Yeah, so as I was saying, in our mastermind group, we would go, if you had that sort of challenge, Larry, or you wanted to bring that to the table and say, look, I've got this article that I'd really like to share. How do you think I should word the thing? We would brainstorm that out on the mastermind group on a Friday lunchtime.
Right.
One of the benefits, and I always keep people updated with new developments or little things that I found. Like today, we were talking about how to understand why people are viewing your profile, where they're coming from when they're viewing your profile, what prompted them to view your profile. So we went through that, and all sorts of things like that we do as part of the mastermind group, where we meet every week.
Right.
Which hopefully, gentlemen, you find quite useful.
Yeah.
Has its moments, certainly. Has its moments.
Damned by faint praise. Damned by faint praise.
No, it's that was very useful reminder of that very slick little Chrome extension, which is actually the one that you had found is actually better than the one that I previously found, Alan. Right. So it was worth refreshing that one, because now I've been able to answer the question with this fella and give him this Chrome extension as a little present for asking a good question in my little session. So that was well worth doing as well.
Yeah. Just as an aside to that, I've added a couple of my posts onto my featured section, so my page will look a little bit different now.
Well done. Good.
Well done.
Good. That's brilliant.
That just for your benefit, Lo. That all came from the chat at lunchtime on the mastermind call. So
right. Oh, that's fantastic. That's brilliant.
Yeah. So that's what we do. That's what we do. So I think I have some messages here. Let me see who's messaging me.
I messaged you because I got the wrong link. Ignore it, Alan.
Yep. No worries. Good.
I'll have to shoot off. I've got a call at 4:30. So thanks for that, Alan. And
no worries.
Enjoy your weekend, Harry.
Yeah,
all
right. I'll see you again soon, mate. You take care.
Guys. Bye, guys.
Let me end the share. So I don't think there's anything new for us to add, is there? Have you any further thoughts on the challenge?
No, it's starting to gain some traction for me. I've had somebody else respond to me. I'm actually, it's been so recent. I've been trying to get on here. I haven't quite read what the message is, but it wasn't 100% positive, but it wasn't 100% negative either.
Right, good stuff. Good.
And I mean, my main benefits are being serendipitous, because the message I'm sending out, which is, are you still interested in online networking? What that tends to prompt is people go, oh yes, great to hear from you. Do you want to have a one-to-one? And I don't actually want to set up 100 one-to-ones, really. So I should only really send the message to somebody I actually want to have a one-to-one with. Frankly, that message it's got its own curse in it, but it's not a problem, because things happen. And I made just did a like on somebody's post, and they've come back to me and asked me to present a business show, to be the only seminar at that business show, and to help them promote it through LinkedIn, and they're prepared to pay me for it. And I thought, blimey, that's just from being on the platform. I don't spend enough time on the platform, just mooching around and doing stuff. You
need to talk the talk as well as walk the walk. Walk the walk and talk the talk, don't you?
No, it's simply a case, and that's the value to me of these sessions, is it makes me do stuff that I wouldn't perhaps otherwise think to do, and go off at angles, which is great.
Good. Okay, well, if nobody else is going to join us, chaps, we'll call it a day there. I'm going to close down and start to enjoy my birthday.
Yeah.
Have one on me.
Yeah.
I was thinking you might as well have a couple of beers tonight, Alan. You've earned it.
Well, we're going for meeting up with my boys. We're going out for pizza. None of us have had pizza out since pre-COVID.
Wow.
It's the first time I've gone out for a pizza in 2 years.
So you going for a pizza up or somewhere else?
Pizza Express.
Yeah.
That's the favoured one. Yeah. So we're going to go Pizza Express. We'll have a couple of beers. And depending on what time we finish, we might pop in the pub and watch the rugby on the way home.
Who's playing?
It's Gloucester, London Irish tonight.
Right. We'll enjoy it.
Yeah. So
and then of course we've got a rugby field weekend, haven't we?
Yeah, we've got a rugby field weekend. We've got Ireland Wales at 2:15, I think, tomorrow. And then we got England, Scotland, England at 4:45.
Yeah. Calcutta Cup, eh?
Calcutta Cup tomorrow, and then on Sunday we're off to the Stoop at 1 o'clock to see Quins play.
Ah, fair enough.
Quins versus Sale on Sunday. So
right, quite a good birthday weekend then altogether.
Yeah, so lots of rugby, a few beers, bit of exercise in the middle of it all, and yeah, should be good. Should be good.
Excellent.
I shall see you chaps on the 15 in 2 next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Good stuff. All right. I'll look forward to seeing you on that, and then Mastermind on Friday.
Yeah. Right. Thanks very much.
Weekend, everyone.
Really enjoyed the rest of your weekend. All right. See ya.
Cheers. Bye now. Bye.
All right.